kind of always meeting the other person where they're at, just like any relationship, really, where you try to always kind of consider, where's Shari at today? How is her game? How's she feeling? And then reacting that way.
Hi, everyone. Today, I'm so excited to have Shari and Cathy here. Shari and Cathy are part of our trail group and have been playing together, and I've known them for over a year now. I think that our listeners will know the descriptions that I'm about to give of these two fantastic women that are joining us. They're both 47 years old. They're both mothers of adult and grown children. Cathy is a mom of 3 boys, and she found herself thinking about the next phase in her life. Does that sound familiar to you? Anyone there? She was introduced to pickleball. She was introduced to pickleball by a friend, and of course was obsessed immediately. Again, choose me. Aside from loving the game, Cathy realized pickleball filled a variety of needs, one of them being connection. Think of Women Up, right? Shari and her husband started playing pickleball with Cathy and Shari's cousin. After COVID, she loved the idea of doing something together and also having family time. Like Cathy and like all of us, pickleball is a sense of connection, stress reliever, and ability to make new friends. So let's jump in.
First of all, I want to say that I am thrilled that you agreed to join us because Briar and I have been podcasting for a little while, and we think that we do, we think we do a good job, and we think we have.
We love it.
And because we were all huddling around my little desk and it was awkward, we felt like being on Zoom was going to just completely liberate our podcasting careers. In fact, we're definitely anticipating being purchased by Spotify and making millions of dollars.
Totally.
Oh, 100%.
Totally.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so. And we talk about a lot of things that, like we find interesting. So I would assume others would find interesting. And when you both, I won't jump into that question first, but maybe you could just talk a little bit, Briar, about, meeting Cathy and Shari, because I met them through you.
Okay, right. Well, I'm so excited that you guys could come today and talk about, our favorite topic, pickleball, of course. What else? But I met Cathy and Shari really through Robbie. Robbie was like, "Have you met them yet?" And I was like, "No, who?"
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He was like, "Well, Shari and Cathy." I was like, "No, no, I don't know." He's like, "Well, usually they play with this group. They're up at Bonnerworth, so the name of a park that's kind of local to our community, and they usually play over there in the mornings on Sundays." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, how are we going to make this happen?" And then you guys were just there one night, and I think I had seen you, and you were working on something, and Robbie introduced us, and then did I just invite you out to play?
You actually invited us to have, it was like just a drop-in, and it was Shari and I and Shari's husband were there, and you invited us. You were like, "Oh, why don't we have a girls' game?" And so we had a girls' game.
Oh yeah.
And then we
up at Bonnerworth?
Girls' game. It was actually at night.
At night at KOC.
Okay, right.
Yeah, and then so we played, and then we just kept having more girls' games, and left Shari's husband off on his own.
Oh yeah.
And
I hear about it all the time.
Do you?
Oh my gosh. Well, remember that time we were going to go play pickleball and you ditched me for the girls because you had to play with Colin and some higher level players, and he wasn't too happy.
Oh, really? Yeah. He wasn't happy about playing with the more advanced players?
No, he was just joking, but just that I ditched him because I'm like, yeah, come and play because we can all play together, and then there was no playing together.
And then we didn't. And you were helping us. We started to ask you questions about stacking because we were just learning how to do it. Yeah. And you spent quite a bit of time helping us and explaining to us. And then we replayed some points together, and you could show us and kind of helped us along because that was pretty new to us at the time.
Right.
Wow. So you haven't really been playing all that long.
No, I just coming up 2 years, I think.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
nice. I mean, once you start, right, you can't stop.
No,
that's right. Yeah.
and I think we were fangirling a little bit about Briar teaching us because you were so good. You were such a high level player, and we were just little approaching threes, and to learn from you. So it was really exciting for us.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it has not taken long. You're surpassing me. You're already up at 3.5.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I kind of wonder, like, how come I'm not advancing that quickly?
Oh, good question, Danielle. but you are moving up. Like, you've just medaled at Canadian Nationals at 3-0.
Yeah. Okay, we don't need to talk about that. But one thing I do want to say, and
we should talk about that.
I think that one of the things that is nice that I've only known you since the summer is that you definitely seem to be a partnership. And that is something that maybe some of us yearn for, where you have someone that you enjoy playing with, you play well together. I'm assuming you're able to navigate tournaments and, competitive play and be able to say, hey, how can we learn from that? And how can we move on? And I think that's one of the things that I think is nice about having you here because, when I met you was in our drill group that Briar started Wednesdays, which was haphazard for me. But then really when we moved inside and you came over and asked a question, which Briar just recently corrected me and said, it wasn't that question, Danielle, but about what, being favored in, I interpreted it to be in a mixed situation. And Briar said, no, I think it was in when Shari and I are playing together. So I thought, oh, that's such a great question to talk about because this happens to other people.
Yeah, all the time. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I do think it was about your partnership and being favored. And I think we might need to clarify what the term favored means. Because I think we're changing the lexicon, I guess, if you will, of how we in other vernacular say target.
Yeah. Well, we actually did an entire episode about targeting in our first season.
We did.
Targeting.
And did we use the term favor at that time?
No, we did not. I don't remember it.
Look how we have evolved our language in such a short time to say favor. And you know what? People use that term now, at least in our community, that we're favoring. And so, Shari, tell us more about the question that you asked. And was it in a mixed or?
At that time, it was in a mixed.
It was mixed.
Yeah. We have been, it's kind of a funny story, I think, on our first 3-0 tournament. It was the finals. And we were chatting with the girls beforehand, and they're like, oh, how many tournaments have you been in? And Cathy's like, I've been in a few. And I said, oh, I haven't been in any. And so the girls said, oh, well, we know who we're going to hit all the balls to.
Oh,
and
interesting.
I was like pretty shocked because I was nervous. And Cathy said, go ahead. And
bring it on.
She did. Yeah, she absolutely did. Like, that's a great partnership because she totally had my back. And said, go right ahead. And they tried. And then there was a shift. And then we favored them all the balls.
Yeah.
And that was in the finals? You medaled?
Yeah.
In your first tournament, Shari?
Yep.
Our first tournament together.
First three, together. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
So do you both
good start?
Mostly play together then? Like you mostly, when you're playing in tournaments competitively, you are playing together?
Now? Yes.
Yeah. Now.
Since we started playing, we play just together in doubles. And then I play with my husband in mixed. And Shari has started playing with her husband as well
I try.
I try to. But yeah, we play together. I mean, it makes sense for us. We train together. We drill together. We play recreationally together. Our husbands come with us and play as well. So, I mean, we like playing together. We've been working on getting better together at the same, at the same time. So I think that when you invest that much time and you enjoy somebody, like I love hanging out with Shari. I enjoy spending time with her. We just have so much fun. No matter what we're doing, if we're drilling or we're playing or whatever it is. So it makes sense for us to just keep getting better together. And the better she gets, the better I get, the better, and vice versa. And we just, I don't know, we feel super supported playing with each other. And that's hard to find, I think, for people.
I think it's hard to find. Like, would you say that you meet a lot of other women who have that same kind of bond that the two of you have?
I don't feel like we do. We hear a lot of how people they want what we have. Like, I think because we have the same addiction and we have the same goals and we want to do all the same things in pickleball. It just works. And we love each other, so that's
that's it.
So nice.
I mean, because we also just really get along and enjoy each other's company. But we are on like the same kind of wavelength about a lot of things. Our personalities blend nicely together. Like, we're not too similar, but we're not too different either. And we just kind of I think we really bring out the best in each other. And so it works for us. It really, it just works. And
I think I'm gonna cry.
But what?
That's so nice.
It is so nice. It's beautiful to
really
have
is.
that. But I always wondered, like, what are the, like, can you be like more like specific? Like, how is it that you bring out the best in each other? What are the details of, your personality or your goals? Like, do you share those with each other? Like, give you some specific, like, what makes the magic?
For me, it's started because Cathy's husband is my cousin. So we started out with a family relationship first. And I absolutely love spending time with them. And that's how it actually started, is I just wanted to hang out with them. Just be together, at least once a week. It started out once a week for, I think, an hour, believe it or not, one time a week. And now it's like 5 days a week for 2 hours a day. But that's how it started for me, is just wanting to be together with my family. So,
yeah, I think that we have a deep respect for each other and we understand each other. So when somebody is feeling, we can sense that. Like, so when someone's feeling nervous or like they're not having a great day or they're hurt, like, for instance, we both battled injuries and challenges that way. It's, we just kind of step back and like, no, it's okay. Come back when you're ready. We're here. We'll train, we'll drill with whatever you can do. So it's just like to always kind of consider, where's Shari at today? How is her game? How's she feeling? And then reacting that way. And we really work hard on staying not like crazy positive, like we're not like, but we're always complimenting each other and being super mindful of how we interact and make suggestions to each other. We are both pretty direct and honest, but we're very kind because we care about each other. And so it's, there's like that fine line, so we played in a tournament recently and we won 5 out of our 6 round robin games. We were just having a great day together and we went to play in the semifinals and I had started not feeling well and I got a migraine. And so I ended up sort of playing. Shari kind of played singles that game, but there was at no point, and I just had to withdraw from the tournament, and we were doing so well, it was a shame, but I mean, just total support, like, yeah, if whatever you need to do, we can do this again. So yeah, we just really meet each other where each other are at.
But it was still such a huge win for us because we did so well anyway. We didn't get a medal, but that doesn't matter. But we played so well together, and I think it's a gold medal tournament for us.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. I mean, that's fantastic because a lot of times, I mean, I have a more limited tournament experience probably than the three of you, but I do hear things like, I felt my partner was grumpy with me, or I felt like I was letting my partner down, or my partner played horribly and I just will never play with them again, or those types of things, I think are more the norm. Wouldn't you think? So like, let's say, but one of you, like forget an illness, but you have a bad day and you're just playing poorly. Do you ever feel like, oh no, I've really let her down, or that she makes you, obviously that's a stupid question to ask, because clearly she doesn't make you feel ever badly. Either of you do.
I have never ever felt that way because I know what Cathy can do. I know if she hits a ball in the net that, like, that's a mistake. It's not for any reason. I know what she can do. I know how she can play, and she just missed the ball or hit it in the net, or I hit them out all the time. But so
yeah, sometimes it's just very, it just is, and you just sometimes have a bad day, and I mean, you're only as good as you are together, right? When you make a decision to play together, and you're on that court together, it doesn't matter how good one is or that day or the other, right? It's how you're playing together. So even if one is having a bad day, we still then try to like focus on staying positive and having fun. We really focus on having fun because it calms our nerves a bit too when we focus on that.
Yeah.
I play best when I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
And so then how do you communicate that to each other? Like, how do you communicate that you're either not having a good day, or I guess maybe you see that you're not having a good day? Like, how do you maintain that positivity or that conversation when you're on the court?
Cathy has a face.
Cathy has a face?
She does.
Oh, like what kind of face?
I can't tell you. It's her tell. So if I told
it's my
you,
tell.
Then
Oh, okay,
so,
okay, good.
Oh,
because I'm an opponent sometimes.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. So I have a face.
Giving no secrets away. Okay.
Yeah. You just start to read that about each other. You see body language and you just kind of sense it. And, we'll just kind of, we're a little silly on the court, we'll make a joke about something, or, just try to lighten the mood a bit when we're not doing as well. But I don't know, we don't have that issue of blaming each other. And I think it's because we train and drill. And I know that when she's playing and she does something like she said, I know that she's always trying her hardest. I know that she is. So no matter what that looks like that day, I know that that's what she's trying to do. So how can you get mad when somebody's trying,
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. No one goes out there to smash the ball out or hit it into the net.
No.
Right. Yeah. And so I don't know, we've seen the teams at tournaments, like we were just at a tournament and saw these, the one girl just yelling at her partner, and they're in the middle of
That's
and
horrible.
So it is
It's horrible.
But, yeah.
Wow.
But I think
we looked at each other and said, I'll never do that to you.
Ever. Never yell at you on the court.
I'll never do that to you. The one girl was crying and
crying.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Like it's pickleball.
I was just gonna say that it's just pickleball. It's supposed to be for fun and exercise and
Yeah. How often, like how many hours do you play a week? Like when you to saying you're drilling and training together a lot, like what are we talking about?
Well, so our winter, summer, winter is different, right? Court access is a challenge, as everyone knows. So summer, we're drilling at least twice a week or more, and then playing a couple of times a week. I would say we play 5 or 6 days a week in the summer. We play a lot in the summer, leagues and whatnot, and drilling. And then in the winter, we are drilling Sundays, as everyone knows.
Right.
And then we're playing, a few other times a week together.
As the amount that we play, we actually don't play together all the time. Like it's when we're playing 4 or 5 times a week, it's not always together. If you're in a ladder or a round robin or something, it's with everybody. So the drilling is the best because we get to be together and practice together.
Yeah. Were you guys with me when I was doing the drills when we mixed up the partners? So you always had someone different?
In the summer, yeah.
And then that's right. And then I moved to just sticking with the partners. Which one did you like better for the drilling?
I enjoy partners. Yeah.
Working with the partners.
Well, you really get to watch your partner play a lot too. Like you play against them, which is helpful. I think we all you can agree on that. And then it just gives you that time. It's not always appropriate to ask to play with your partner at, drop in play and stuff. So I enjoy drilling with my partner because then I can see what she's doing. We, give each other feedback based on what we see, constructively, of course, because that's how we roll. But we'll always kind of talk about it, or I'm struggling with this. Let's work on that. And we'll spend a little bit of time. Tell me what you see, kind of thing.
So do you, like after you finish a game, do you usually, especially a tournament, like talk and evaluate like pros and cons, what went right, what went wrong, what can we do? Do you do that?
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes in a timeout, we are maybe struggling. Like for example, we were playing and a team started lobbing the heck out of us. And we were losing by quite a lot. And I'm like, what the heck are we going to do? So we had a timeout and we changed our strategy in the moment and we chatted. And Cathy is always really good. She's so fast at recognizing something we should try. And it worked. And then we won. So yeah, sometimes it's in the moment, sometimes after the game.
Yeah. Right. Fantastic. So you feel pretty objective about it. Then like that you can really just step away and look at your play.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just, again, we just always focus on coming at everything with kindness and respect for each other, that because it's not about one or the other. It's just about what happened on the court. It's very it's not how personally good anyone is or what we think of each other's play. It's kind of factual, actually. And we do stay away from overanalyzing and just getting down into the nitty gritty at the time. It's just in a tournament, not really the place for us. It can rattle us a bit when we start getting too much into it. We'll talk about it, we'll talk more later, like what do you think? And some time away from the game actually gives you a bit of a better perspective when you can think about it and go, oh well, this maybe happened or that happened.
Not analyzing every shot, like I should have done this or I should have done that. That's we both don't do that. That's I think one of our pet peeves. Just every shot, you know what you did wrong usually, and your partner knows you didn't mean to do it. So or you blame the paddle. One of
or the
weather.
Or the shoes.
Anything.
I guess, have we talked about the question that we started out with? Like,
No.
well, like I guess that would be a challenge, really. I was going to ask what challenges you face, but clearly that was one. And did we just deviate from that path?
I think we, sort of went down the conversation just took off.
I want to remember, Briar, like what you advised them, because I remember distinctly you getting right into the zone of the problem and coming back with some solutions. Not to put you on the spot.
I'm trying. So, and the question was about what do you do when you're getting favored, right? Mm-hmm. So, and do you remember what I said to you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what did I say?
You said smile.
Yeah.
You said that's going to annoy the heck out of them. Just keep smiling.
That is right.
Yes.
That's right. I remember that.
Welcome every ball. It's going to be better.
Every ball is a good ball.
Yeah.
Right.
Welcome every ball. Smiling would, like, right? So you don't ever want to show them like that body language of this is affecting me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I can imagine that I would say smile. Sorry if anyone took offense to that. I hope you didn't take offense to just smile. Because I know that that's kind of a term that gets overused for women. But sometimes we can use it as
more as like bring it on, like smile and just I think you maybe even said that, like bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
You know what could be a good one if that happens, especially in mixed, where it's not anticipated, but where you just go in and just poach that ball, just go get right in there and poach it. And they're like, what the heck, what? and that would probably not be something one would anticipate. Like the opponents would anticipate that happening. And I love the idea of just being a more assertive play.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Actually, with my male partner, I sometimes do say, I'm just going to make myself big in the middle.
Yeah.
Just going to make myself really big, really present here in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Honestly.
And did it work for you?
Actually, it didn't happen again since. So I must have, I got scary maybe, or I got assertive or something.
Right.
So, yeah, it hasn't happened. Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Very nice. That is.
Yeah. Do you think that you can pinpoint like one thing that's really helped your game? Maybe in the drill groups that we're doing together, of which I do want to say I'm part of. I'm part of that drill group, even though I'm not a 3.5 player. Oh. I'm there.
You're getting there. You're there.
You are there. You're there. You are. I know that in the summer drill session that we had, where we all kind of played each other, the ladies did. We got beat bad one game. And that was a kind of a moment that changed, because Shari and I talked about it afterwards, like, well, like what happened? And we thought about it. And then we actually got some coaching on exactly what we figured it was, which was more like a transition zone teamwork. So we'd spent so much time working together at the baseline, and we'd spent so much time working together at the kitchen line that we hadn't spent as much time teamwork in the transition zone, and sort of how to play together there. So we were both like, we'd done defensive and drills in the transition zone, but not how to play together and what to do to sort of protect each other and how to get ourselves up the line. We just hadn't spent as much time there, and getting beat that bad really was a big change from our game. It really helped improve. So that's one moment I sort of remember from drill group.
We learned, it always sticks with me. I think we say it every game, protect your partner.
Yeah.
Every single game, I'd be like, oh my gosh, Cathy, thank you so much for protecting me.
Yeah.
We use that a lot.
Yeah. So,
and what do you mean by that?
Well, just
making a shot. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Making the right shot for your partner. And like, if she's not in position in the transition zone, I'm trying to reset or drop it in, not trying to get too aggressive until we're ready. And it was more about like recognizing when we're in position and ready to move. We just weren't there yet. And that was a game that really helped us learn that was just getting our butts handed to us. So we learn a lot when we lose.
Yeah,
we really do.
Yeah.
You learn much more losing.
You
much
learn
more.
tons.
Yeah.
Much more. You have to fail in order to learn.
Yeah.
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 That's
And
a
it's
big
really
one.
been the higher level players that we felt no one ever wanted to play with us when we were those lower level players. And when you meet the right higher level players, they are nothing but helpful and supportive and just welcome so much information. I was listening to one of your podcasts, and you'd said about, or Robin had said about, find your person, that person that's going to help you. And I think Cathy and I would probably say we're lucky we found two persons, a Briar and a Robin. So we're very grateful for the help that you guys have given us and recognizing things that we do wrong. And even we have to give him some credit because he's
absolutely
super helpful. Super.
I think Robbie, he was a big part when we first were going to play last year. It was just, that person who reaches out, who takes that time to make things easier for you to understand or to give you some constructive feedback, it matters. For sure. It really does.
Yeah.
And using the right words, like, do you know what you did wrong, or can I tell you what I saw, or not like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did this or you did that.
That's right.
Oh no, those comments they come about too.
They do. They do.
Those are not my people.
Not my people either.
No. And I know last summer, I think I wanted to quit pickleball. I was so frustrated in something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Just wasn't working. And it was Robbie that said, okay, let's go. And we did Capture the Kitchen. And he fixed me. So he fixed my problem. And then now I'm still playing. So
excellent. Excellent.
Nice.
Do you have tips for people that are coming up for pickleball, like for partnerships or drilling? Like, what would you suggest to people that are coming up?
Well, I think, like we said, find your people, right? And I know that's sort of easier said than done, though, right? We all know that the community can be challenging to navigate, especially just where we're at with the court access being super limited. And so it's not always like you don't want to play with other people, but it's hard to find time and courts to do that. So that's a challenge. But I think finding like-minded people that are there for you. And again, that's hard to always, easier said than done, I guess.
Right.
But, when you start, really try to find a group that you can continue to play with, that you can sort of build with, and don't always be super concerned with, I think, pacing after playing with better players, because eventually you guys can become the better players if you just keep drilling and practicing together. And ideally finding a group that wants to drill and is committed to it, even if it's a small group, meeting, because drilling really has been the biggest change in our game, I think, is helped us improve the most, was when we sort of switched our focus to that. And I think we both enjoy it more than we like to play at this time. So
yeah, there's something to be said about like perfecting that shot, right? And just like doing it over and over and over again. I can't get enough of that.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying when you see it work in a game, not just in drilling. So I know we've said that. I'm like, oh my gosh, Cathy, that was a great whichever drive or roll volley or whatever. It's so satisfying because I know what she's working on, because I'm usually working on the same thing.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And we talk about what we're working on. So like before we play, like, oh, I'm going to try and focus on this, or I'm going to try and focus on that. Right. So it's kind of like then your partner's noticing too and can, help with some pointers or stuff. But
Yeah.
Wow. Well, so great. It's been so great having you on. And, I really admire both of you. And I hope that I can find also, that kind of person, that I can grow with. And in the meantime, I'm very happy to be part of a group. You just keep working
the group
at
is
it.
wonderful. Yeah. Remember, we were making a joke in the summer, I think, Briar, was Pickleball Tinder for a partner, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a great idea. Oh my God, another great idea.
Yep.
Wasn't mine, but I thought it was pretty funny. But isn't it true? Like, because I think that people do kind of switch their partner all the time, and before they give it a chance to work, right? You got to kind of.
That's such a great point right there.
Yeah.
Before it really have given it a chance.
Yeah, I think if your desire to improve and your personalities kind of mesh, that just work on it, right? And if it's more about the person than the skill at that point. And at some point the skill matters too, but if you're like level players, you can grow together. And
absolutely,
just give it a chance.
Well, honestly, thank you so much. Thank you for being part of this, and spread the word on how you play the game with all your friends.
We will.
Yeah. We like to help
you.
Them. Yeah.
Because you know what I was going to talk about for pickleball this week?
Yeah.
Is I am doing something different for drills.
Right.
So everyone knows that, for drills on Sundays, I have a group of friends that drill, which is very nice. And I've changed up the format of it every once in a while. But this is going to be something completely different. We're doing a team event in December. So there are 4 teams of 6 players. And every Sunday for 4 Sundays, each team will compete against each other. So we've got Team A and B, Team C and D. They'll compete. And then the next week, they'll compete against someone else and then someone else. And then in the 4th week, we'll have the top seeds play and the other 2 seeds. And then we're going to,
everyone gets a little mini tournament.
It's a little mini tournament. Yeah. And Cathy and Shari are part of that. What do you guys think?
So excited.
Yeah, I think it's going to be so fun.
Right?
So fun.
I think
it's just such a cool concept.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe we should have Christmas music or something for a couple of the times, and snacks.
Oh, okay.
Snacks.
Snacks is a great idea. Okay. All right. So maybe I'll put that out there. So right now the matchups are getting done by the team captains. So we have 4 team captains, and for 24 people, we did a draft. So people were drafted into teams, and everyone's at the level of play is actually really good. The matchup. So before you even get there on Sunday, you'll know who you're playing with and against. So cool. Because we need it to move fairly quickly, because we need to get in 6 rounds of pickleball. Yeah.
It's going to be fun. And it means having a relatively calm Saturday night.
Yes.
This is true. I mean, but again, Danielle, you and I are on the same team.
I know. I'm so excited.
Yeah. So I'll remind you to be calm. But Cathy, Shari, you guys go out and party.
Go party. Yeah.
Sean will go out and party too.
Oh, yeah. So Sean is on my team.
I know. I'll send him out to party.
No. I've been wondering, how has he been with all of the WhatsApp chats that have been coming through? Is he okay with all of those?
He's got them, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it can get quite busy.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
chats.
He's like, what did I sign up for here?
And then there's my Sean, who has literally no concept of any technology whatsoever. And he gets a message from his captain saying, "Hey, dude, you're on my team." I said, "Sean, this is a message now. This comes through your phone."
So is he using his phone?
Awesome.
Well,
to
I
text?
have no, not well. He did respond, so we're
yeah.
making progress. And I said to him, this could be the opening of connecting with others on pickleball versus Sean just shows up to places.
Right.
Now he can,
Right.
use technology. So we'll see.
Plan.
Text
Yeah.
Plan. Love it.
That's
Love
awesome.
it. Anyways, Danielle, what about your week?
My week it was good. It was good. I didn't play any pickleball because I had a number of appointments and things, but I got back into the swing on the weekend, and I'm starting a drill and practice this weekend coming up. Another one at the wellness center. I signed up.
Oh, there's a drill and practice on the weekend at the wellness center?
Yeah, with Nancy. Nancy and I are doing it. And so we're going to try it out and see.
Is that with Tamara?
It's with Tamara.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice. Yeah. So we're going to try that out.
That's excellent.
I think we need a little bit more guidance, like a little bit more regular help.
Okay. Fantastic. You know what? Good. I think drilling with different people is always good because you get a different lens, a different perspective. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited to devote December to drinking, eating, and playing pickleball.
Okay.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Paddle up and see you on Sunday. Yeah.
Yes.
See you on Sunday.
See you Sunday. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pleasure.
Really.